Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life lives up to the title of being average? It has a similar structure to slice of life shows such as K-On!, Nyan Nyan Biori, and Seinfeld. It's about a loli named Kurihara Misato who wants to be normal, but she's an overachiever. She wanted friends, never got them. She met Truck-kun, met God, and is offered reincarnation in Dragon Quest. RuneScape. Lord of the Rings. A fantasy world, yes. She's offered to be OP, to which she says, "Please just make me average in this new world." Then she starts as Adelaide von whatever, made up word. Later known as Mile, a noble girl. Unfortunately, this godlike being decided to give her half the physical and magical power of an elder dragon, roughly 6,800 times that of a normal human, which, by a technicality, is average. The episodes often play out like a slice-of-life comedy, working hard to give Mile a gift and trying to keep the surprise, but this ends up in ignoring her. She gets mad, it causes drama, and it's all a misunderstanding. The true gift was togetherness and friendship. Beach episode: kill monster terrorizing village. It turns out that there's a way to resolve the situation peacefully. It tries really hard with the comedy, and sometimes succeeds, but more often than not, it falls really flat. It's filled to the brim with references, many of which feel like you need to be Japanese to get or have literacy for their culture. Referential comedy doesn't automatically make it funny. It usually worsens with age as trends come and go. The rest of the jokes are about the girls whining about their chest sizes and sticking to their character archetypes. The tsundere gets mad if you call her a child, breasts turns evil when money is involved, fourth wall breaking is quite common, but not to the extent of something like Deadpool. Comedy is subjective, and some may find this anime gut-bustingly hilarious. But I feel like if anyone has been exposed to decent comedies in the past, very few of the jokes will be new to them. Majority of what's here is a retread, reusing the same jokes you've heard for years. Bonus points are given for having a female main character and an all-girl party. It's nice to have a break from self-insert, wish fulfillment male MCs. Although nothing is done with it, I appreciate the thought. Probably the only reason I didn't drop this one is because it's refreshing when an isekai mildly changes the status quo. Some attempts are made to poke fun at isekai. Mile is an overachiever and the opposite of a NEET. But again, beyond being a character trait, it's just there. The background to the MC is window dressing in most isekai, and this is no different. World building is non-existent. It's a fantasy setting that you've seen in every isekai ever made. Copy-paste of popular JRPGs and Middle-earth. Light novel expands on things more, with lore like how the world had achieved advanced civilizations, and then shit goes down, it gets destroyed, and it repeats on a loop. But I don't give a shit about it. It's also referenced in the final episode of the season, which is way too late into the story in my opinion. With how happy-go-lucky the tone often is, it takes a strange tonal change out of nowhere, where the world is depicted much darker. Boobs lost her father when she was younger, because a merchant murdered him to take over the business and marry into the family. Tsundere's father was killed by bandits, then found a surrogate family, which were later murdered by some losers, who she straight up murders one of. But then it'll switch back to a slice-of-life formula like nothing happened. The cast in general has no issues with murdering people, which is off-putting when the rest of the story doesn't reflect this. I'd say this is an average, forgettable anime, which people have probably already forgotten as soon as it's finished airing. It plays it safe, has lots of slice of life, and sticks close to overdone character tropes. If this appeals to you, check it out. Otherwise, I'd say skip this one.